So what you're looking at here, mono green, especially the stock mono green list, has Karn, which shuts down all the artifacts. Over on the Greasefang side. Also, Cavalier is a huge problem for Greasefang because they don't have very many ways or any ways really to deal with it or remove it, and it cleanly blocks, Parhelion and the Angels, and it's just a huge problem. So, in my experience, this has been a very tough matchup for Greasefang. Greasefang has to get out fast and do its thing. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, 2 Greasefangs and 2 Can't Stay Aways off the Satyr Wayfinder.
That's wow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Stay Away is the 2-mana reanimate spell that has a 5-mana flashback cost.
And that is an old growth troll and an elf for Brendan. So mono green off to the start that mono green wants to see. We'll see if there's a Nykthos coming down or not, but
okay.
So
just got a little lucky that there wasn't a Parhelion in the bin. It was definitely the next card on top, the card that Alex drew for turn.
So that's 3 Greasefangs already. Wow. See if Alex does it. What is it? I'm trying to see what's in hand over there for Alex.
Alex has land, Parhelion, and a few unknown cards.
So
Thoughtseize.
Thoughtseize.
Pelucranos is definitely a problem to be dealt with. But this Grizzlebrand, Grizzly Salvage. Oh, that's the stuff.
Alex Thoughtseizing himself.
Yeah.
Brendan actually started to show the hand, but Thoughtseizing himself to discard that Parhelion.
Yep. Crew, swing. This deck is so much fun.
Huge.
It's so fun. Because this is just an average play. I really believe that Abzan Greasefang and Esper Greasefang are 2 drastically different builds, and Abzan is by far the better build. There's so much more graveyard synergies in green than there are in the blue. The Esper synergies are a little bit more control style, but Abzan, I think, is the way to go if you're really just trying to turbo out these big vehicles.
And you also just have Asika's Chariots, which are just so good.
And there's a Chariot and another Parhelion in the graveyard. That Parhelion goes to hand. But there's another Parhelion in the graveyard for reanimating.
Yep.
Yeah, and Brendan's just like, I just can't win now.
Can't beat that sideboard. A Shadow Spear, a Needle, a Cauldron, the Pestilent Cauldron, Meteor Golem, Grafdigger's Cage, and Godfear's Statue, Eskia's Chariot, and Damping Sphere.
I think the best thing that is Karn, really. I mean...
Yeah, you just gotta hit your Karns. Like, I know it's just draw the cards you need.
There it is. Oath of Nissa, find a Karn.
And turn 1 Thoughtseize. And that hand is lands and a Sylvan Caryatid plus Karn. Yep, Thoughtseize. Yep, just...
Alex didn't seem happy about it, though. Alex was kind of shaking his head there. Maybe didn't want to use the Thoughtseize on his opponent. Maybe wanted to make that play again. Kind of was shaking his head there, like, I don't want to do this.
I don't know why, though. Or maybe he just felt like he was priced in. Like, I really don't want to do it right here, right now. But Caryatid didn't go. Draw, played this untapped. Grizzly Salvage, or nope, Satyr Wayfinder. Yep. Oh, this deck is so much fun. It's just, there's so much gas that you can just rip into. And that is a Amonkhet, the Invocation Thoughtseize up there.
Pretty cool.
Very nice.
No
Good taste.
Nykthos for Brendan. And you're not really doing busted things in green without Nykthos.
No.
And also not a lot of devotion out there.
Yeah, 2-hole devotion right now. we know about the Cavalier in hand. So next turn, if Brendan wants to play this Beseiju.
Was that a Nykthos off the top?
I don't believe so. I think it's just forest.
So Cavalier, trigger, find the land, put it into play.
Hydra?
Yep.
Yeah.
The rest go in the grave.
Ooh, that's a Storm of the Festival, though. Next turn, assuming Brendan hits a land, that's a flashback Storm of the Festival, right? No, flashback's 10. Those mana cards are so expensive. Why does it have flashback, though? Is that necessary?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Of course it is.
I don't think it's necessary.
Cavalier is still nice, though, because even on the reanimate hit... So...
Yeah, Witherbloom command. Yeah, left that one in the main.
Taking
sense.
care of the enchantment and also getting rid of the mana dork. Just get in for some beats here, right? Activate your lair and swing and lair for 2 and Cavalier. Leaving up Beseiju mana.
Yeah. Beseiju is a good way to handle the Parhelion.
The only thing with Beseiju, and it delays a turn, which is nice. But if they play a Greasefang, they just get to reanimate again the next turn.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, obviously slowing down a turn is nice. It's just like a time walk.
And there's a Nykthos, but Nykthos doesn't do anything here.
Yeah, devotion at 3. Of course, you can play a spell first and then make your devotion.
But Brendan probably needs to play this a little slow, take his time, not be too hasty. If he just attacks with the Cavalier, that works. Okay, never mind. I'm wrong. You do you, bud.
Storm Festival is good. Look at 6 cards. Gets to put 2 into play with converted mana cost 5 or less. Excuse me.
Yep, too many cards.
Oh no.
Yeah, he Coco'd instead of looked at 5.
It's 5, not 6.
Yeah.
We'll get a judge over here to sort this one out.
Yep, this is. I'm sure this will be a very easy drawing extra cards. Yeah. Aaron Hammer on the way to the rescue here. This might be something as small as just Brendan not playing in front of a camera, knowing that there's eyes on you, and having someone stand over you, keep track of life totals. Might just be a little stress thing for him, which is, one of those, hey, you're fine, keep moving, keep it going.
Yep. Aaron gathering information from both players, which is typically what the judge does to see what happened.
It looked like Alex was there just like offering the resolution of, can we just put this bottom card on top? That's where it would have been. And like we look at the top
stall it though, so there's information for the player. So I doubt that's the resolution.
Or it goes to the bottom. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. And now, I'm assuming it's going to have to be shuffled because they won't be able to know where it is in the unknown zone. This is why you have a good judge like Aaron at your event to handle these kinds of situations.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of complaining on Twitter from people saying that, man, level 2 judge should really be like a requirement for RCQs, but I mean, I'll leave that up to people to decide. But that's still, I have seen quite a few complaints about that. Apparently, PPTQs used to be they required a level 2 judge, but
Yeah, I happened to read that. I believe that's the 2-mana enchantment. Whenever the land becomes tapped, its controller adds an additional green.
And Oath was the other one. So Oath trigger, going to grab a Cavalier. So swing in with that Cavalier. So still has Boseiju mana up, which is actually pretty huge, especially down to 4. Devotion up to 5 now. And see what Alex has available. So
look at the cards that he sided out. Looks like he sided out another.
Yeah,
he just picked them up. But sided out a Satyr Wayfinder in the matchup. Those 2 turns, a Greasefang can really take off on, like, set themselves up on turn 2, and then take off on turn 3.
So Brendan, being on the draw here, may have to, after turn 2, may play a land or whatever, and Brendan might not be able to, accelerate the board state. Might have to leave like Boseiju mana open, but still. And then the crazy thing is, it only offsets a turn though.
Mm-hmm.
Greasefang just has the ability to get way out in front.
That Greasefang is huge right there because there's a can't stay away in hand, which is going to be next turn's reanimate spell. Yeah, Alex deciding over which to pick from, and yeah, Can't Stay Away is probably the one that I would be thinking about here. The other option is the Thoughtseize, obviously, but then the Thoughtseize becomes, it was that Giada, or no, Rafine's Informant. Yeah, but
this card's really cool tech that the Abzan and Greasefang players have been playing, but it's literally just vanilla 2/1 ETB kind of.
Yeah,
just a way to get that
I have not
Parhelion into the graveyard, and or just filter cards. Swinging in with the Stitcher Supplier. Turn 2 for Brendan. Lair the Hydra, another elf.
Say go. And
Okay.
looks like lands and...
Is there a Boseiju in hand for Brendan with leaving 2 mana up?
No.
No?
Can't Stay Away for the Informant.
Yep.
Pitch a Greasefang. Yeah. I can expect... Oh, pitch the land. And Alex is going to run out the Thoughtseize. That makes sense. Show the money. Get... Yeah.
Land, Cavalier, and Storm. So, what? Cavalier?
In this situation, you want to look at the guaranteed is Cavalier, but the worst case scenario, I think, is Storm. So Alex probably isn't too worried about Cavalier coming down this turn right here. Is what it is. But 2 turns from now, Storm the Festival coming online
Is big.
that's huge.
Yeah, Kepler just has that ability, though, hit that Nykthos, and now Storm in the graveyard is a real thing.
But so let's say Alex didn't Thoughtseize there. Brendan goes to his turn, draws, plays Cavalier, puts Nykthos in play. Next turn, gets to cast it, and then gets to flash it back. If Brendan's been denied this spell from being cast twice, which is definitely huge. Just like swing, put that in front of the one with the counter.
Still chipping away at that damage.
Yeah.
This is possibly about to get out of control, and I think that was a Karn off the top.
Yeah.
Land, Devotion 5 right now. So,
Tap
Storm
3
in the
lands.
graveyard is 10. What's in hand now? A Karn, and what else?
Karn, Oldroth, yeah, Troll,
So Troll's free.
yeah. Well, troll is actually just makes the situation better.
Right.
But I can see Karn coming down, and then most likely just gonna go get a Grafter's Cage.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really simple fix to the situation. And yep,
Four floating mana still, and
I would not agree with the idea to down tick and get any
Doesn't need cage because Karn just shuts off the
right activation.
crew anyways.
So got a chariot for 4, and went ahead and played it. So that's 2/2/2 cats right there. Adds 1 to the devotion as well. So storm's coming from the graveyard next turn, probably almost no matter what. This one is looking a little bit grim for Greasefang.
Yep, play the rune.
Alex does have a Parhelion in hand. Figure out a way to get it into the graveyard here. Doesn't have a blocker in the air as the Cavalier, but Karn can't crew Parhelion. Karn, yeah. So a chump block with an elf.
Can't swing out like he wants to go after the Karn because of the crackback is lethal here. Brendan looks like he's tanking a little bit here. I feel like it's pretty straightforward to activate Nykthos flashback.
Well, you do have Karn too, and you can, I don't know what else is available on the sideboard. Minus that Karn and go get something. Kiora.
Because why not?
So you want to play Kiora first, adds 1 to the devotion, and if you any 4/4 or any, enter the battlefield, you're gonna draw a card. So
Yeah, make what, 9? And then down tick, Kiora, untap Nykthos, make more mana, flashback, storm, see what else happens.
Oh,
Just
making a big lair.
why not?
And Karn swinging out. So Karn on the chariot instead of crewing. Didn't turn the Cavalier and Old Growth Troll sideways, though. I don't know if they're swinging or not.
Yep. Discard the Parhelion. Hope that find a way to deal with it. Deal with the Karn.
Yeah, still need to find a way to deal with that Karn. Land tapped. I think it's Greasefang in hand.
Yeah, you drew another Greasefang.
And Brendan left back a 4/4 and a 5/6 blocker.
And 3 2/2s. Yeah, there's... Yeah, that's never a position that you want to be in where your opponent... Well, that's the position you want to be in is when you look across the table, your opponent has their head in their hands. Yeah, this is rough.
8 from the devotion, untap the Nykthos. -2, make another 8 to activate Nykthos again. That is 14 mana. Play another Nykthos. Good grief.
Hey, it's called Mono Green Storm, didn't you hear?
Wow. What is the Karn target here? Oh, Shadow Spear. Trample. Okay. Play it, activate, leave to equip Shadow Spear, and gain and drain 2 blockers, and I'm pretty sure that's got to be lethal.
It's overkill, but yeah. But nothing's really overkill in a tournament setting, right?
Yep. Yep. So Brendan, getting that Shadow Spear to get that trample through, nice play. Takes it down 2-1. Lost game 1 to Greasefang, but then able to come back in games 2 and 3 and take it.